looks like Chrystia Freeland, who's used to arresting reporters like David she doesn't like, maybe up to her old tricks again. Let's take a look. This is from our friend Chris Dacey at Dacey Media.
Oh, no.
She just saw us, and it looks like she's going to run away. Chrystia Freeland just turned, saw us. It appears as though she's scared. Someone on the phone now. We just want to speak to our elected officials.
Do you have anything to say to the Israeli?
Be here, ma'am.
Madam Freeland, we have
This is a
something to
secure
say to
area.
the diaspora. We live in fear since a year and a half.
Why are the police stopping her?
Chrystia Freeland running from questions.
Why are the police stopping her from asking questions? What does it mean to call it a secure area?
She refused accountability. This is our elected official.
Why are the police running errands for her? Chris Dacey, who filmed that, should be lucky that his bank accounts wasn't seized.
Yeah.
Why did police stop Alexa? Alexa is clearly harmless. Her questions are just questions. They know her. She's no threat. Why did the police intervene?
You know, it speaks to the bigger question of how independent media is treated these days, Ezra. I think you had the line of 2024 when we went to Bathurst and Shepherd to cover the pro-Hamas people spewing their vile and venom and genocidal chants. And I remember a cop saying to you, oh, you can't be here. You have to go to the free speech zone. Remember that? And you had a brilliant comeback. Sorry, mate, the free speech zone is Canada. But it isn't, clearly. Yeah. In a public space with elected officials, and they know who Chris Dacey is, they certainly know who Alexa Lavoie is, they know who I am, they know we mean no harm, and yet, you know, the RCMP, I'm not sure which police service that was, maybe Ottawa, they're saying this is a secure area? What are you talking about, a secure area?
Well, it's a double standard. So the Hamas types who are foreign nationals wearing masks, shouting venom at Jews who had a parade permit in a Jewish neighborhood, trespassing in some cases, they're fine. But Alexa Lavoie asking a question is not fine. Me asking, so there is free speech if you're with Hamas, but not if you're with Rebel News.
And Ezra, to compare apples to apples here, that very same corner, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, there was an area, a park, where the police said, okay, for the pro-Hamas people, this is your designated protest zone. They violated that right away. We got there almost an hour and a half before the walk began. They were already set up at Bathurst and Shepherd. I was asking police, why aren't you enforcing this? And nothing. And another double standard I want to point out, because this is disturbing. We saw a fellow brandishing a hand grenade. I really believe it's a replica hand grenade, but that's not the point.
Right.
You want to check. And I said to the police, and we have it on camera, Avery Armstrong was recording it, excuse me, officers, are you going to check that that is real or not? And by the way, even if it isn't real, what is the message there?
Yeah.
You know, you're within throwing distance away from tens of thousands of people.
Is this it here?
This is Chief Demkew. I was asking about the double standards, and you can see he ran away into his SUV. And I can tell you this, Ezra, again, to compare apples to apples, Avery Armstrong and I, a week ago Saturday, we were at Lawrence and Midland in Scarborough, and some wannabe gangbanger walked past us as we were doing filming, and he brandished the handle of his handgun. Well, we phoned 911 right away. You know what? I believe 5 police cruisers responded. They took our statements. They looked at our video. You know, and we don't even know if that was a replica handgun or not. But the point is, they took it seriously with this masked pro-Hamas guy with a hand grenade. Oh, no, he gets the free reign. Don't bug us.
You know what? They were making a gamble with Jewish lives as the bounty. They were saying, all right, path of least resistance is let it go. Because if I ask to see it, at the very least, I've got some paperwork issues, but I might be criticized by the DEI police chief, who's obviously siding with Hamas. So, boy, it sure is fishy to see a grenade. I am a cop. This is a high security event. There's thousands of Jews here. That grenade, if it's real and if it's used, could cause theoretically 12 people to be murdered. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see it because that's what I think the chief wants.
And you know what's important to point out? It's not like this was a massive pro-Hamas 20,000 demonstrators. There was maybe 100 or so. There were way more police that day, I would argue, because of the egregious event that happened in Washington, D.C. last week. So this idea, hey, we're outnumbered, what can we do?
The police could end all of this in every city in one day. The University of Calgary had one of these anti-Semitic encampments. It was cleared in one day. There is no city in Canada, even Montreal, that could not be handled if the police made the decision to do so. But in every city, they've decided not to.
Let's face it, Canada's economy isn't heading in the right direction. Inflation's eating away your savings, and government debt is out of control. No politician is going to fix that overnight. With Guildhall Wealth, you can hold real physical gold and silver inside your RRSP. It's a time-tested way to protect your retirement and take back control of your wealth. Call 1-877-8-SILVER or visit guildhallwealth.com/rebel to request your free investor kit. And hey, make sure to mention Rebel News.